Hello everyone and welcome to the Cuphead Weekly Races playoffs, or bracket stage I guess we can say. We have semifinals between Jason2890 and Multiluigi100. It's going to be a race on low percent, best of three, so it's going to be just the first match, and I believe we're going to have the second race as well today, but we're going to see that later. For now, I'm just Plaza. I'm joined here with Orange Pudding.
Hello.
So low percent as the first race. We have a total of 9 categories in the weekly races, but we're only going to include 8 of them in the playoff category pool, I guess. And the player with the highest seed opted to ban 4 categories, and the other one banned 3. So what they ended up doing is playing the category that was left, and that's low percent. Paddings, have you played low percent before?
Yeah, I think I did one time, and I got like 40 minutes or something. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, low percent is kind of a unique category. Like, obviously, in many speedruns, low percent is a challenging category as well, since you're not really picking up anything at all and getting the game vanilla.
You don't have to do forest follies at least, though, so there's that.
That's true. No forest follies, no running guns, no any other guns in general. In Cuphead, though, I have to say, compared to some other games, it's not as bad, I would say, since Pea Shooter is not that bad of a gun.
Yeah, Pea Shooter is actually pretty good. A harder one would be like Chaser, I guess.
Chaser, that would be a fun gun, I guess, to have a category for the semifinals. But yeah, not today, I guess. Both of the runs are actually really good at this category. Multiluigi in the quarterfinals match against Valiso had made the world record with a time of 32 minutes and 10 seconds. A few days later, I believe 2 days later, SBD Wolf actually beat the world record for low percent by getting the first sub 32 minute run, which is ridiculous. And Jason, of course, has a really competitive time as well. Sub 33, I believe it's like high 32s. So both runs are really good.
So I guess we're just waiting for them to start now.
Yes, we're waiting for Luigi right now. He's setting a few things. He forgot to set some stuff, so he's preparing a little bit. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the runs, I guess. Jason has been on fire lately, I have to say. In many categories, he's been getting PBs, getting world records in some other ones, pushing the times a lot. And, on the other side, of course, Multiluigi is just like a machine, right? Like, we came up with the nickname, I guess, of Task Luigi or something like that, because he's just Taskball, because he's just like too good. Yeah, we don't have trivia for the community races and such. But yeah, I think the rounds are going to be ready soonish. Oh,
yeah, I think it's starting.
You have to exit the race, Paddy.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, the race will be underway in a few seconds. Good luck to both runners. I think this is going to be a really close race. First race.
It should be good.
And they are underway. As Orange Pudding said, they are not going to be doing forest follies or any other gun in that matter. And for the current patch, what is like a common thing to see is the tutorial, because you pick up that extra coin, and combination with the 3 from the opponent DC, you usually buy spread shot, but you're not gonna do it here. We're only gonna have Pea Shooter. Just go straight to the boss rush mode for low percent. Yeah, good luck to both runners. Do you have something to say about root pack footage?
It's pretty simple. I guess in low percent, like all you really have to worry about is just hitting as many shots as possible. You don't really have to worry about anything else. So like with the root pack, when you're dodging and stuff, you don't want to like turn around. You always want to be facing them.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things that we're gonna be seeing with P-Shooter in this race. Is the runners are gonna opt to parry as many parable attacks as possible because the P-Shooter EX is actually pretty strong. It might not be like the stronger one in the game, but the EXs in the game in general are pretty much like similar, I guess, as far as like damage goes. So we're gonna be seeing them parry a lot because the EX is super good.
Yeah, it looks like they're like tied pretty much now.
Yeah, I believe they got the same time, and Jason had slightly optimal time. I think it's pretty close, I'd say. It's like a really low 55 and high 54, something like that.
It's nice because they both have like the same load times, so
yeah,
it's not confusing to watch.
exactly. Load times in this game vary from PC to PC. I mean, PC games in general have different load times. We are using times without loads as like official timing, but you know, for a race and for the viewers, it's like a nicer experience.
Yeah,
I guess. Now, they both got the same RNG in the frogs, and I do have to say that the frogs RNG is extremely important for this one, because you see them standing there on the foot, and standing there on the foot allows you to hit both frogs at the same time, and if you deal enough damage to trigger the second phase, you can deal double the damage to the frogs, so they can get a one cycle in the second phase. Let's see if they both get it. Luigi gets it, Jason gets it as well, so they're going to be skipping the second phase. Now, there are like specific things that we need to know about the last phase RNG, I guess. The slope patterns are actually affecting the time because each pattern is like has a different, I don't know how to say it, duration, I guess. The tiger that Jason got is the better one because I believe it stays longer, like the most, whereas the bulls is like the shorter one from the three, if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
Yeah, but they pretty much got like synced, I guess, knockouts. Same times, I would say 124 bull, 125 from Jason. Pretty much similar times again. So you said that you did like low percent once.
Yeah.
Groupie Legrand is one of the boss that probably gave you a lot of trouble, right?
I can't really remember. He's not that difficult.
I mean, the difficult thing about Groupie is the fact that he jumps all over the place, and it's kind of difficult to track him with the P-Shooter.
Yeah, it might be like, it's kind of hard to make the fight fast, I guess, to hit all your shots.
Yeah, exactly. Like hitting every single shot, as you said, hack is extremely important for every single boss. And P-Shooter is like a good weapon since it gives you range, but in a lot of situations, when bosses move a lot, they're gonna give you a lot of trouble. Actually, you know, aim against with P-Shooter.
Yeah, you need to use like the lock mechanic a lot.
Exactly. Lock mechanic is by far one of the most important mechanics in the game. For low percent, at least. For every category, I'd say, especially for low percent. Yeah, you can see Luigi with a slightly more optimized fight there on the Google level. So, we have Hilda coming up, the first airplane fight. I mean, I'm pretty sure you might not really have the experience in 0% you said, but you do know about Hildeberg, right? Because this fight is pretty much the same in every category.
Yeah, they're gonna do the damage boost the same, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, damage boost. Like Hildaberg in every category is the same. Legacy categories, I guess you can get the glitch, but it doesn't really save. Like it saves a lot of time, but the strats are pretty much the same. I'd say. Even though Luigi came up with some really interesting strategies, you can see him. He's doing it right here. He used an EX right now, and he's not really gonna opt to use the nuke then the damage boost as Jason is doing. So Luigi's gonna have the nuke for Hildaberg right here, and because no matter how much like damage you deal before she does like that animation to trigger the last phase, you know you will have like a shorter phase, I guess. Like you deal damage to Hildaberg until she does like that animation to go to the last phase. So with that nuke, you will have Hilda lower HP, I guess, for the last phase. So he gets a knockout, and I believe that it's going to be a consistent below 110 for Luigi, whereas Jason got pretty much a good fight as well. He also what times broke up 105 for Luigi.
Yeah, 105 is actually a really good time.
And 106 by Jason. Like you can see both runners use like different strats, so it didn't really matter that much, but I'd say that Luigi's strat was slightly more sure, I guess, like more secure.
Yeah, their fights have only been like 1 second apart so far.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, I'd say. As they're moving to Gagan Connection, probably the hardest boss fight in IO1 at least, for low percent. They're going to be using that lock mechanic as Orange mentioned to stay like in front of Kagami right there, and they're going to use as many X's like trigger the next phase because the seed attacks are not the greatest when you have P-Shooter. Now it would have been slightly better, I believe, if Jason killed the plant and grabbed that position down below to use the lock mechanic, but he didn't go for it. It's just not that big of a deal, I guess. But he's going to be at 1 HP right now. Let's see if he manages to clutch.
Yeah, Luigi's able to do it a bit faster, but Jason's still pretty close.
Yeah, exactly. He managed to clutch, and this is like extremely important for low percent surviving, I guess, because it's a tough category. You don't deal that much damage, so surviving is like one of the first priorities. But at the same time, it's kind of weird because you're going up against one of the best, so you need to be really fast as well. And now this is the first fight, I guess, that is different from like all boss categories and stuff. They're gonna be fighting Beppy instead of Baroness von Bonbon because they're not gonna pick up the bomb upgrade, and it's like a faster route. And Beppy is kind of a weird fight in low percent, I'd say. Not like the hardest one, but it's definitely a tricky one if you want to play like optimally, I suppose. You're going to see the runners are going to be using some EXs down below the screen. They're going to be doing that because there is a hidden hitbox there. For some reason, the last phase is down there. I don't know why. So they're not crazy that they're throwing those EXs down there. So they're dealing extra damage in downtime, I suppose, to deal that extra damage.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that the hitbox is still in current patch because they remove most of the hidden hitboxes, so it's kind of weird that that's there.
Yeah, I believe that they pretty much saw speedruns, I'd say, and then they patched stuff because that discovery with that specific hitbox was found recently. So I don't know if they were aware of it as well. And it might seem like it saves a little bit of time because you deal damage to the boss while the boss is not there. But it has some extra usage in the current patch because when you get the golden horns, it's extremely difficult to one-cycle the golden horns. But in current patch now, because of that hidden hitbox, you can one-cycle the golden horns. So it doesn't really matter what RNG you get now in the current patch. So that time loss of 4 seconds does not exist because of RNG. Yeah, Jimmy the Great right now, current patch, low percent. What they're gonna opt to do is parry in the beginning. As many parabol attacks as possible to gather the nuke, then pretty much kill all the pillar heads to deal as much damage as possible to the boss. Luigi got pretty much the best RNG, I'd say, in that fight. Guarantee those pirates attacks to use the big nuke. He's gonna get a really optimal fight in Jimmy right now. Whereas Jason is not lucky if they really get that Python. So you see they're using different strats right now, and this is like the backup strat, I guess, that you can do when you don't get the nuke. The damage you do to the heads carry over to the next phase, and if you shoot the machine, the Fisher on the pillar heads, you deal about, I believe, 30 damage to the boss if I'm not mistaken, but with an EX you can do 45 damage to the pillar heads. So you deal a little bit of extra damage. So Jason, even though he didn't get the nuke, he did get really great pillar head phase, I guess, because he shot a lot of the heads with those EXs. Good RNG as well, I have to say, for Jason. Those EXs here in the last phase of Jimmy is pretty much the most satisfying thing, because you can hear those chunks, I guess, those ticks of damage, and Jimmy on like the bottom, I guess, has like fatter hitbox, I think. So those initial EXs deal more damage. So you can see Jason now with really great RNG and execution managed to save 3 seconds over Luigi on Jimmy fight.
Yeah, so I'd say they're like 5 seconds apart right now. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, it looks like they're. Yeah, it looks like 5, or like a little bit more, bro. Yeah, you see, Jason never tried to go for the bombs, I believe, but he remembered that it was like low percent, so you have not to do that.
Jason gets the Gobstopper RNG, which isn't good.
Yeah, the Jawbreaker by far like the slowest pattern for Barnes von Bonbon. Death animation is dreadful. I'd say that even the Waffle is a little bit weird if the Waffle doesn't really give you good patterns, but from what I see, Jason got a good pattern, like a long one. Let's see if he gets the kill. No, he doesn't. So, in my opinion, Jason should have used an EX there to guarantee the kill on the Waffle, but he opted not to do that. So he's gonna lose a lot of time compared to Luigi because of RNG and a little bit of bad decision, I believe, with that EX and the Muffin. The strats that Jason used now with the EXs are because I believe he's afraid of the last phase. So by having a lot of EXs will guarantee that that last phase is going to be way faster, so you don't have to worry about like dodging the head, I guess, as much. But Luigi didn't really have a problem because he had the HP as well. He gets a way faster fight than Jason, I'd say, as well.
Yeah, at least he didn't die, though.
Exactly.
Clutch.
Exactly. Good clutch there by Jason, but, Luigi's getting further and further ahead, so it's going to be kind of difficult now for Jason. He's going to have to rely on the unique bosses later on to give trouble to Luigi. Now, Wally Warbles is another airplane boss fight in current patch, and I say that because the airplane levels are the same, in my opinion at least, in the current patch. You just have to dodge and make sure all your shots connect, and whenever you find like a parable attack, like we know like specific ones, I guess, to parry, we count our EXs. So, Luigi right here will have a nuke guarantee us the EX is close so that he can have those iframes and go like inside those eggs, I guess, without getting hurt.
And you see a very nice pause strat there that makes the bird appear faster in the 4th phase, found by none other than 2C+.
Yeah, no lifer here. Like, who the fuck pauses? He's like, last phase is freaking that fast, I guess. Sorry for the F-bomb. Christian stream, I guess. Luigi, by the way, got a 1 minute fight on Volleyball was in low percent. In low percent. Are you kidding me?
The god.
The god. Who gets 1 minute? I believe Jason got a 1 minute and 1 second.
Dude, like all their fights have been the same, besides like Cagney and Baroness, I think.
Yeah, Cagney and Baroness was like the big difference. I'd say Jimmy as well. Those 3 seconds for Jason are gonna help him, that's for sure. Now, everyone's favorite fight, I'd say, right? Pretty much stick. Everyone loves that guy.
I would say that this fight is probably like in some ways easier on expert because like clouds move in a different direction, but on regular, especially with like a weapon that only shoots one direction, you constantly have to be like turning around to shoot him, which makes it really hard.
Yeah,
see in like the other phases.
Yeah, true. I'd say that it's pretty much the same in 0% and in all bosses, simply because you will pretty much use the picture in the last phase of the dragon, and let's be honest, the last phase of the dragon is the difficult one. The other ones are a bit tricky. Like, you have to be careful not to get hit because you want to guarantee yourself, you know, that safety pillow, I guess, in the last phase, having that extra HP, I suppose.
Yeah, it's mostly just like the janky fireballs in the last phase that make it hard. Like, they split when you shoot them, and it can be a bit awkward sometimes. But Luigi did it really well.
Exactly, and Luigi got a really good time as well. Like 110 with just P-Shooter is one of the insane times I've seen. Like, I believe you can barely get one below 110. Like 107 might be like the best one, but it's so unlikely. Jason played a little bit aggressive there, but he managed to get the knockout as well with a really good time, I'd say, as well. 115 probably, something like that, or 118. That is gonna cost me like 8 seconds of difference there. And now they're gonna move on to IO3. Without any deaths, both of them. Like, I think Luigi is actually having a fantastic run as well. I'm not sure if it's like PB based or not.
Is this world record pace live on stream?
It could be world record pace. It could be like PB based, which is like insane as well. You know, from the guy who's like second in the leaderboards. But yeah, he's having a really insane race. And Jason as well, like being, I'd say, close to 20 seconds now. Maybe a little bit more because of that dream fight. 20 seconds behind Luigi is pretty insane. Now, another interesting thing now in the B fight, you can see Luigi after this phase, he's going to be shooting some visual reactions down below, similar to Beppy, because there is, for a reason, there's a hidden hitbox down there as well. I don't know, I guess developers like to put hidden hitboxes everywhere, I suppose. He gets a really fast knockout, whereas Jason is 1 HP on remote hand button. Let's see how he manages that phase. He does the extra shooting as well down there. The good thing about that hidden hitbox being down there is the fact that oh, let's see if Jason tries it first, then I'll talk about it. Yeah, nice cluster from Jason. Like, the good thing about that hidden hitbox being down there is that it makes that last phase of the B way faster than it used to be. Low percent back in like 6 months ago, I guess, I'd say had the B as one of the most difficult fights, I'd say, because of that third phase being longer. But the fight has been optimized that much that the B is not really that big of a threat. Yeah, moving on to Dr. Car Robot, you'll see that second phase skip, I guess. It's not like exactly a skip, it's like a quick kill, I suppose. By having that big nuke, if you shoot a couple of P-shooter shots and you hit him with a nuke, you just basically end that second phase immediately. It saves like a little bit of time because you don't have that head moving off screen, I guess. Jason's gonna be doing the same thing now.
Luigi got hit before he used his bomb, so that costs like quite a bit of time because it won't explode while he has invisibility frames.
I believe it's like close to 1.5 seconds because invisibility frames last that long, right?
Yeah, it's not that big of a time loss, but it also is a hit, which is bad, which can lead to like a lot of problems.
True. Like bullet hells are, kind of scary, I guess. Like Dr. Car Robot is known to cause a little bit of trouble, I guess, for many runners. Both did a really great job. I say Jason did a fantastic job. Sub 1 is just P-shooter on Dr. Car. Wow, that's insane. And Sully stage play now is a really weird fight. In every single cast I say that Sully stage play is an easy fight, but many runners have issues with it, with Sully, so I'd say that it's a weird fight now. And Luigi is doing the not normal thing that brings Sully to the left. I think all runners do Sully on the right, so mixing it up, I guess. All you have to do pretty much in order to have a good Sully fight is not get hit, I guess, in the first phases, but actually deal a lot of damage. So you have to be extremely careful in those phases. Pretty much because you want to tank those, that big wave that you see really doing right now. And yeah, that third phase is going to skip immediately. Really quick knockout as well. And guess what? Another lingering hitbox, I guess. It's not like an off-screen hitbox, like Sally is kind of up there, I guess, from the transition from third to fourth phase. So they're going to be throwing those EXs to actually kill that last phase like extremely quickly. I think Jason missed some of the shots, so he didn't really get that fast of a knockout, but he got a pretty good fight nevertheless. Yeah, Dylan. I've heard about that rumor as well, Dylan. So might be a good time for Jason to retire, right? So Luigi right now fighting Vernon Verman. Jason's gonna fight him soon. Vernon Verman is a relatively easy fight, not really that much to do. You just have to dodge basically. You can see some really cool techniques here with the flamethrower, I believe. Or no, Luigi is doing the older stuff, I guess, the non-exciting stuff. Staying below and just using the lock mechanic. I guess it's the safer and better way to do this, I don't know. It's not the fun way though, in my opinion. Dodging that flamethrower with P-shooter EX is way better, in my opinion. Yeah, Jason will join the bingo, guys. And Luigi gets the knockout. You can see Jason now is that dodge, I guess. No, he's not gonna opt for it. I guess none of them want to play super aggressive. I think it saves a little bit of time if you do that. But nevertheless, Luigi got a really good time over Vernon, and Jason will as well, from what I see. I think he missed like a P-shooter reaction, but it's not really that big of a problem.
Yeah, they're both on super good runs right now, but Luigi's just a bit more far ahead because Jason had some small mistakes.
Exactly. I think both of them are in sub 33 pace, that is for sure. And Brian Beer will tell, I believe, what this race will turn out, because in my opinion, Brian Beer is the hardest boss that is left in this category.
Luigi got good RNG so far.
Yeah, we all love the RNG on Brian Beer, right?
Yeah, dude.
So for those who don't know, there are like multiple attack patterns that Brian Beer can do. Luigi getting the godsend RNG.
Yeah, that's a
I
godly
guess.
RNG.
Oh my god. I think everyone right now, every runner hates Luigi for getting that great RNG, I think. Wow, that is amazing. There are like multiple attacks that you can get. Luigi got Squid twice, which is like a slow one. Jason getting the Squid as well. Wow, that is really good for both runners, I'd say. And Luigi might actually have a sub 55 in this one. Oh, 102. I guess I don't know exactly what he did wrong, but I know that you.
The dogs. Rip. Oh, it's fine.
Oh yeah. He did quite a lot of damage. I think the dog's attack, if you have some EXs, deal a lot of damage, I guess. Like he's on 1 HP right now. Let's see how he handles that phase. He gets the knockout, nice. Oh, Luigi didn't parry the laser. I guess that's why he lost a little bit of time. It's like that laser that the ship throws, you can parry it, so you can deal some damage to the boss while you parry that laser. Luigi has a significant lead right now, I'd say close to 25 to 30 seconds. And moving on to Clamaria, it's a boss that has some RNG elements. Current patch, I'd say not that much RNG elements. It's quite important to dodge that petrifying gaze, and you can see Luigi here at a strat for low percent, getting hit to dodge that petrifying gaze, getting those iframes to dodge the petrifying gaze. It's like a really great strat, and he's gonna have the nuke to have a faster third phase as well. And oh, Jason with an unfortunate hit by as he used the nuke. It's gonna be on 1 HP, and also he missed 1.5 seconds then because of those iframes and the bomb. Not the greatest fight here for Jason. At least though, at least the second phase is gonna be really fast for him.
Yeah, it's looking like for Jason to win, Luigi's gonna have to like die or something.
Yeah, exactly. I think the remaining 2 bosses, because in low percent you are not fighting the devil.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like King dies if you play safe, I guess. You won't really have that big of a problem. And the Phantom Express is another one of those fights that you don't really do that much, I guess. There's not really that big of a strat. Yes, you can pull from a book or something. I don't know if you get me. I just like shoot it with a t-shirt and just like hope everything dies. Skeleton phase right now for Luigi as Jason gets Calamar. Luigi opts to not hit the EXs. There is not a way you can do a 2-cycle on the skeleton. He barely gets a 3-cycle though, so you know that risk will pay off, but it was like really close for him. He's skipping those EXs to use it on the twin phase and get a relatively faster twin phase. You can see the strat he used. I think he wanted to jump there, but he failed the jump. He's gonna be killing those twins pretty much at the same time. Right now in the last phase, he's gonna hag the left side, parry the tail, and then lock while he stands like on the corner of the card. Move on and back. The optimal strategy is to use the EXs back, but he knows the EXs. It's a knockout. Jason is on 1 HP now, entering the twin phase, so it's gonna be a bit risky for him. As Luigi gets a 132, which is a really great time, I'd say. Not the best one, but pretty good, nevertheless.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but do you know if Luigi's on world record pace right now?
I actually have no idea. I can check right now. Yeah, I'll check. Yeah, in the meantime, Luigi enters King Dice. The first fight, first mini boss for King Dice is pretty much the same as in the All Bosses one category. You just lock on the poker chips. In the All Bosses category, you use Fisher in this fight, so it's pretty much the same. The dominoes are gonna be like pretty much the same as well, and the Magic 8 Ball is the same, but you don't have spread. That's the only thing. I believe Luigi is not on world record pace right now. He lost 8 seconds on Captain Briny Beard, so that definitely put him behind.
Yeah.
And he's on PB pace, which is amazing as well. So yeah, domino phase right now. Again, staying like right next to the domino using the Fisher. In all bosses category, you're gonna have spread, so that fight is gonna be really great, really fast fight, I'd say. But Fisher, you're gonna have like I believe 1 extra cycle, something like that. Gets the knockout as Jason gets the knockout as well on the poker chips. You can see it's like 1 King Dice mini boss difference between those two runners.
Yeah, Luigi's not gonna get any hearts, so he could still die here.
Yeah, exactly. I think he has like 2 HP, right? I didn't really see that.
Yeah, he has to.
Bad RNG only, indeed. I actually didn't pay attention on the RNG. I think Jason on his side. So it's gonna be insane. Nice knockout there for Jason, as Luigi gets a knockout as well on the Magic 8 Ball. And we're approaching the finale right now, as Luigi is going to fight King Dice himself, and Jason is moving on to the Magic 8 Ball. Just a mini boss apart. Let's see how this ends. It's really interesting. Both of them on a really impressive run so far. So not having the HP, Luigi will parry most of the cards. I think that if it quite a lot of HP, you would not parry the last cards on right here and use like a lot of EXs, I guess. But Luigi gets the knockout. All he has to do right now is say yes to the devil and it's over, so I guess he does.
Mess up the overworld movement, Jason's gonna save it.
You think so? Like the overworld movement in Cuphead? It's gonna save Jason. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say yes right here. That's what we want to see from Luigi. Don't say no. Don't fight the devil. That says Jason right now is fighting King Dice himself. He says yes, and the run is over. GG's to Luigi with a fantastic time by him. Oh, he got a PB.
Yeah, that was a really good run from Luigi. And Jason, too. It looks like he beat King Dice also.
Yep. Beat King Dice. Luigi got a PB by 5 seconds. I think Jason will get a PB as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or it will be really close to him. So yeah, GG's to both of the runs. They had a insane pace throughout the whole run. Yeah, big PB by Jason as well, by 5 seconds as well. So both of the runs actually had PB by 5 seconds, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, that was a nice race.
Yeah, really nice race. It's not gonna be the end though. They're gonna play one more time. They're gonna have one more race, or a third race, but I don't think they're gonna do it today, the third race, if needed. Jason lost the first match, so he's gonna pick the next category that they're gonna play. So we'll be right back with the next. We're gonna say which race is gonna be, but we're gonna take a small break. I think 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes, something along those lines, before we begin match 2. I see you. Hello everyone, we are back from a break that we had. It was like shorter than we expected. And the second race is going to be all flags in the current patch. One of the categories I think that Jason is like popular, I guess, because he was one of the first ones to use whetstone in the current patch and actually prove to everyone that whetstone is one of the ways you can get the best times for the bosses in Cuphead, for the current patch at least. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think whetstone in this category is something that is really good, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember this category that much. I know that in full clear, like the 100% I guess category, you do get whetstone, but I still believe getting whetstone for this one is faster, as you're already doing the running guns, so you might as well buy it. It's going to be like an extra shop, I guess.
Yeah, so in all flags, they're gonna do all the running guns, and if I'm not mistaken, Jason is a lot more experienced with the running guns than Luigi, so this could be a chance for him to win and bring it to a third game.
Yeah, like back in, like I'd say, a couple of months ago, all of us were, I guess, focused mostly on the all bosses categories and not really on the full clear ones, or the 100% categories, or the more complete categories, I guess. So Jason was the guy who was doing individual levels, and I think he still has over 100 world records on individual levels in Cuphead. Different difficulties, different patches, highest grades, or any percent, I guess, on individual levels. Jason is the guy, I guess, who will get the job done, and he was the one who optimized the most the running gun levels. So he has experience in doing it, and right now he even made it even better because there was a lot of competition with the all flags categories and the full clear categories. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of stuff that people don't usually see in speedruns. And I'd say that is by far the most entertaining to watch. Legacy has weapon swap glitch, it has glitches, that you can do with a weapon swap glitch, of course. Like, you can freeze bosses and everything, but in the current patch and at this level, like highest level, all flags, or full clear where you get charge shot, spread, lobber, and whetstone. This is by far the most appealing, I guess, appealing to watch, I'd say. And I think the runs are ready to begin. So, since they're going to be clearing all the running gun level, they don't have to go through the tutorial to pick up that extra coin. Usually in the all bosses category, I guess, patch, you pick up that extra coin to get a really fast buy with the spread shot. But because you have to clear all the running guns, you might as well collect as many coins as possible. So they're going to go through the first two running guns in the beginning of the race, I guess. And with a total amount of 12 coins, they're going to buy charge shot, which is going to be utilized mostly in this category. As you can see, they're going to be getting those free 3 coins from the Apple Embassy and going straight into the Forest Follies. Probably the only running gun level that most people actually care about, I guess, if you're not doing the full clear categories or the all flags category, because it's featured in legacy runs, as you're going to have to be doing that if you want to get a low burn roundabout. You can clearly see that Luigi is slightly behind from Jason, or Jason caught up, I guess, to Luigi. Getting that skip, that famous Echo Machine skip, both of them get it actually. they're top tier runners, so it's not really that big of an issue. And they're utilizing those, I guess, iframes that they get and that recharge, I guess, from the dashes they get once they hit the ground to get a really fast time. And Jason just got a 33. You guys just witnessed the best time that you could get for his forms.
Yeah, 33 is an extremely good time.
Yeah, I don't believe anyone has gotten 32. I think 33 is the best time that you can get, so extremely great for Jason. As moving on to the Tree of Trouble is something that Jason is really familiar with. As I said, he missed that coin, so he's gonna have to. That was a really weird pack. I didn't know about that.
Sorry, this is Legacy, right?
No, this is current patch.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. So they're gonna be getting Whetstone and Charge and stuff like that. Now, we see something completely weird, in my opinion. We see Jason having a really slow Tree of Trouble, and I know that Jason is one of the best players in Tree of Trouble, so there was a little bit of mishap, I guess. I don't know if he thought about picking up that coin or not, so that little bit of hesitation actually made him lose one cycle, so he's gonna be quite far behind. That's not a common thing to see from Jason. Yeah, 1 minute is definitely not something that we usually see from him. The best time that you can get in this one is 40 seconds. He's been getting that consistently. Not in this one, no.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that Acorn Skip wasn't in current patch.
Oh, I see, yeah. It exists, but usually it was considered a glitch, so we didn't really use it.
Oh, yeah, that's probably why I thought that.
Yeah. As both of them right now are picking up Spread, Charge Shot, and Lobber. They're going to be using Charge Shot and Spread mostly in the first IO. The second IO, there's going to be a little variance because they're going to pick up Whetstone at one point. I don't know when exactly they're going to pick it up, but they're also going to be using Lobber in the Dragon fight. So there's going to be a little bit of a switch, I guess. So you can see the difference between, low percent and actually having pretty much the best setup in the current patch. Spread Shot, which destroys the bosses, and Charge Shot, which definitely destroys bosses as well. Those two weapons are like the deadliest combo in their category. Luigi getting a 44. I think Jason might get a 45 because probably he didn't have that ultimate overfight, but he gets a 42. Okay. Scrap that. I guess I didn't really pay attention on the potato and the onion. But yeah, a really great time there for Jason as well. Now, I believe that you can get like a lot of skips in the Rebuild Rogues fight, depending on the RNG. I don't really remember exactly, on what skips you can get with specific patterns, but I believe now they're going to be getting a somewhat easier skip with this pattern. Luigi misses that skip. I don't know if he is a bit rusty. Probably he was playing a lot of Legacy. Or maybe I'm mistaken, I'm not sure. Jason misses it as well. Some people that are way better in current patch probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there was like a skip there, but I think both of them actually missed it. Now the last phase, the slot phase, is gonna be Charge Shot brings that little bit of extra DPS because you store a really powerful attack once due to downtimes and such, but you expect that they're gonna be able to one-shot the last phase, the slot machine. But they're not going to be able to do that because the slot machine is actually healthier than people expect. Oh yeah, something that Justin actually mentions in chat is the fact that they both hit the first shot as like the charge shot on the onion. something we found recently is that the first shot on the onion is always going to be negated, no matter what. So that whole charge shot was nothing, pretty much. It dealt absolutely no damage. So we've discovered some like techniques, I guess, that you can throw a little bit of a small projectile and charge that shot, and get a little bit of extra damage there. So a little bit of mistakes in optimization, I guess. While Groupie was kind of weird in low percent, in the current patch, where in the all-boss categories, I guess, where you have like multiple weapons, you're not gonna have that big of a problem. Apologies for that. You're not gonna have that big of a problem with Groupie, since if he like dashes, if he moves around that fast, you're gonna be using charge. You're gonna fire a really strong attack. You're not gonna have that big of a problem, and you're also gonna be using spread while he's standing still. So you can deal with him really fast. And you see that they got about 12 seconds faster than the low percent. Hildeberg, pretty much the same time fight. Nothing changes. Since they're all going to be using the airplane pea shooter.
This match will get red hot. And begin!
Yeah, you can see damage boost. Luigi's doing using those EXs to not get the nuke, but do get the damage boost. And he's going to be getting that nuke right now. He missed the parry, so he's not going to be able to do that. So change of plans there for Luigi. He's going to be using those EXs right now. That is quite unfortunate for him, because he missed a lot of damage right there. But I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. We'll see in the end what time he gets. So yeah, if you got the optimum fight, I think here that last phase like second faster, but I think he still had a good time nevertheless. Alright, 110, 110 I should say, sorry, compared to the 1.5 that he had in the previous race in 0%, and Jason gets the 1.05.
Yeah, Jason's catching up here now with that fight.
Exactly. Let's go check up on Cagney Carnation. Low percent it was a bit weird, but and in all bosses it's a bit weird, but while you have the charge shot, this fight is actually really easy, I'd say.
Good day for a 12 man. Here goes.
How do you use the charge shot, Orange? I think we had a category, right, that we did use it. Probably a meme race or something. We did like all bosses expert, something like that.
Yeah, the only categories I've really done is just all bosses. So that's why I'm not too knowledgeable on this category.
Yeah.
Luigi died.
Luigi died right there on the Cagney Carnation, and that's gonna be a major time loser for Luigi. Jason now going for some risky damage boost right there, but I don't think he calculated damage that much. But he opted to play a little bit safer, I guess, to get out faster. I think he would have had that kill if he stayed a little bit longer, but yeah, better safe than sorry. That death will definitely cost Luigi, as Jason gets the lead now. I believe that's the first time Jason has the lead, like after a boss fight or a run and gun, I'd say. Because even in 0%, Luigi was ahead after Root Pack, if I'm not mistaken. He gets the knockout now, so let's see how this goes. They're moving on to aisle 2, and you see that they are going to be doing a different route from 0%, starting from Baroness from Bonbon. They're going to be picking up the bombs upgrades, but they're also going to be doing a different route than low percent, because they're gonna mix up some running guns, and I think they want to pick up the whetstone before some bosses like Beppy. So I'll tell you like a fun fact. Jason actually, how many charge shots every single like mini boss, I guess, in fights take. Like he knows that, you know, the Muffin, for example, needs 4 charge shots and I think 3 small uncharged shots or something like that. So it's really crazy to know that, you know, every single boss using that like both spread and charge shot, I guess. Yeah, I want to see what route those two are gonna pick, because I don't know if Luigi's gonna pick up the like gonna do the same stuff as Jason. We'll see though. Now I believe that Funfair Fever might actually be this running if you want to go fast, I'd say. Using spread though, charge is not that bad, because it allows you to clear that wall, I guess, of minions really fast.
Jason's at 1 HP, so he's gonna need to play pretty safe here if he wants to not die. Yeah, he's killing them. He does have a lead though, so he's able to do that.
Yeah, what you usually see people do in that situation is actually dashing underneath them, like Muffin or Cupcake, whatever those are. It's like super risky though, being 1 HP, you don't want to like risk that. If you are healthy enough as well, you can do like damage boost and then even go over the hot dog, I guess, with, you know, while you have the iframes, I guess. Right now, Jason, right before he goes,
A great slam and then some.
he's gonna be using Lobber on Green Matchstick. That's like a little bit of a difference, I guess, from what we see from any other runners. I think Luigi's gonna be doing the same. As Luigi has a death.
It's not looking too good for Luigi, dude. Taskwatch having some errors, man.
That's Taspo with some errors indeed.
Yeah.
Like we said, Funfair Fever, man, it's not like a really hard running. He opted to do the thing that, you know, we said, dash underneath a Muffin, but having now 1 HP is gonna be difficult, especially when that hot dog throws like that, I don't know, ketchup, mustard, whatever the other thing is, the green thing. Oh yeah, by the way, we're not gonna be about strats in airplane levels. We did talk about it in low percent, I guess. The strats are the same, exactly the same. Thing though that we might actually mention in these fights is the fact that because they picked up the bomb upgrade, they're gonna be like throwing a little bit of sneak bombs. So we're gonna talk more about it on Jimmy, I think, as Luigi clears the run.
So the dragon isn't going to be as hard in this category because he has a lot better weapons to deal with it. Yeah. Using the charge and lobber make the fight really easy.
And while he's not going to be using whetstone, this is the beginning of the exciting stuff in the run. Trust me, from now on, everything will be super good. Even this fight, this dragon fight, with charge and lobber, this is like super exciting to watch. You can see Jason using all the strats. So I'll talk about why he picked up that. You can see that he's using that lower EX only. Every time he has an EX and he fires a charge shot, he's gonna be firing a lower EX like immediately, and you know, he's not gonna be using the charge EX because the range is too short, and you want to have like single projectiles, strong projectiles hitting the dragon all the time. Especially in that last phase, you want to minimize the amount of bullets you have on the screen so that you don't destroy those fires. And he gets a ridiculously fast knockout.
Yeah, you can tell that he knows like exactly what he's doing in all these fights. Like he knows exactly how many shots it takes.
Exactly, and he got a 102, which is actually great, but I've seen him getting a 58 or 56 if I'm not mistaken. I believe 58 probably might have been like the closest one. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Picking up that extra coin will make him have 7, and getting those 5 coins from this running gun will put him on whetstone range. He's gonna go buy it after this running gun. Alright, you just saw, basically there was a door there, and he just skipped the door because, well, in Cuphead we don't care, I guess, about doors, I suppose. There's like a specific trick that you can do in that situation, in that run. If you actually reverse the gravity and you hit a specific like pixel, you can stand on that pixel, and if you dash, you like pretty much run over against the door. I think that's pretty much the explanation on it. You can see that he's doing that in both doors and just like gets a ridiculous time of 37. Mostly because he actually missed the coin in the beginning. He went to go back to get it.
Yeah, that's actually an intended strat too, right? Because you need to do that to do pacifist. So it's not too... Oh.
Yeah. You can actually charge when the mouth opens. You can actually charge under the mouth to do a pacifist. But by doing this strat, it's like the easier one, of course.
Okay.
So, a really interesting thing that you saw, if Jason executed the shop glitch right there, you pretty much like press the buy weapon, the buy key and the exit the map key, and you like leave the shop while buying, and you can actually still buy after you leave the shop, so it's pretty crazy. In the whetstone in action right now, you can see Jason. It's super risky in airplane levels, but he's still gonna be doing them, nevertheless. Care to talk about the thing that he's doing right now with the pusher and the one bomb firing right there? So basically, he fires 5 pusher shots and then he fires a, and that maximizes the damage to the pillar phase. So you can deal extra damage to the boss right there. It's kind of difficult to use whetstone in airplane levels. You can see he's missing some of the shots because he doesn't want to get hit. He's on 1 HP now, it's a little bit tricky for him right now. He's gonna try to get the nuke and then use the iframes with the nuke to actually hit as much as possible with whetstone. So getting the nuke, using the iframes is just like mashing A there to spam whetstone.
Yeah, the hitboxes on the plane levels for whetstone is like pretty hard to hit. Pretty much have to be touching them. Exactly.
You can see like those whetstone hits will, and the bombs of course, will make like a faster fight. He has a 123. And in low percent he got a 127. So just whetstone and bombs actually make a way faster fight. Jason is Luigi, I should say, is catching up. He's on Jimmy fight as well. Those like deaths on both Cagney and Fanfare Fever definitely put him a bit behind. Right. Will Jason get the glitch? What do you think, Patty?
Yes, he will.
Alright, let's see if he gets the glitch right here on Debbie. This is gonna be interesting. gets good RNG so far, so it's possible.
Ooh, he got it.
That is super great for Jason. He got the glitch on the current patch. He got good RNG, I'd say. That's why how he got it. It's a really difficult thing to do in the current patch because you have to do a lot of damage, of course. It is possible in current patch, but of course it was banned because we pretty much said that current patch was like glitchless category, so we didn't really allow this. But Jason right now is going to save a lot of time. You'll see the time he'll get is going to be around 47. If you didn't do the glitch, you would have had a fight of about 110 or 114. So you save a significant amount of time there. Yeah, 47 on current patch. People in Legacy actually have trouble getting, you know, close to like below 40 seconds, I'd say, with the glitch phase. So that is extremely impressive.
So does Luigi know how to go, or like is he going for the Beppy glitch, or is he not really?
I believe he's gonna go for it, but I don't. Like, it's RNG based, like, it's RNG dependent. Like, you saw Jason got a really long third cycle.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Luigi will get it. Like, if he gets the RNG.
Yeah.
Oh, that duck actually stopped his EX, so he's not gonna get it right there.
Yeah, he didn't get good RNG either, though, so it doesn't really matter. He got 3 really fast patterns.
Exactly. Like, combination of not good RNG and that duck actually being really annoying. Actually, will cost him the glitch.
Yeah, so at this point, Jason's like super far ahead.
Yes. Those 2 deaths and the glitch, and slightly better running guns. I'd say Luigi had a treat of trouble, but yeah, you can see some really interesting stuff with Whetstone from Jason as he gets a knockout while he was in the second phase, 45-second B fight, which is insane. You'll see the difference now as Luigi finished Peppy without the glitch. So 47-second fight for Jason, 108 for Luigi, so 21 seconds difference. That's ridiculous. And probably the second hardest running gun, I don't know. Fun for Fever and this one, probably the hardest ones, I'd say. Debatable, I guess. I think Jason is going for safer strats, using the heart there. I think Whetstone might be faster, but I'm not sure. Like as I said, I don't really have that much experience with running guns. And Luigi moves on to IL3 as well. So in all flags, you're not going in muzzle Super R2, so you're not going to be using that Super R2 have those invisibility frames, I guess, activated, that invulnerability, I guess you should say. So Jason is thinking for all flags, he's using the heart because it will allow him to do specific damage boosts in the end to skip the auto-scroller. Cool strats there, dodging above the doors as well. As he parries like the phase at like the highest position or the mid position. You can see you don't have to wait for the giant to like scroll the screen. You can just like go. It's a tricky part because a lot of times it's like kind of hard to memorize the pattern, and those frames can be really trolling. But Jason knows the running guns, so he knows when to damage boost, and he gets a really fast running gun.
That was a really smooth ending.
Yeah, extremely small, 127. I've seen him getting a 116, I think, with Super R2. While Luigi gets really fast B fight as well, 52 seconds. Switching to Whetstone, you're not going to be seeing any hearts. I don't think any of the runners are going to go for the octopus skip later on. We might see it from Jason, but I'm not sure. So we might just be seeing Whetstone from now on from everyone. We'll see. Position right now on the robot. Gonna be smacking the heart to trigger that second phase faster. And getting like that. Oh, he got a delayed, I think. He got hit by the head, I believe, because he wanted to do an extra Whetstone hit. He didn't trigger the bomb, I believe. That was a really weird
It
interaction.
looked like he got hit, but at the same time, like, the bomb exploded really fast. So it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, that was a really weird interaction. I don't know exactly what.
That was really close. He almost got hit there. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that was extremely close. I think being mini airplane actually saved him right there. Wow. That bullet was extremely close. I think that if he got the blue gems, he would have been dead because the patterns actually are different. You know, from blue and red gems. Wow, that was extremely close. Yeah, this category is extremely fun to watch.
See Luigi trying to kill the goblin.
Here's a real high-class battle.
Oh, Luigi.
Your
He wants to kill everything, man. Luigi, please. Let's see, he's 1 HP as well now. He's gonna clear. You can see he wants to play safe there. And right now, this is the most exciting fight in all flags. Just enjoy Jason fighting Wonder Woman. Like you can see the dance moves, I guess, from Jason. It's so fascinating to see going back and forth, smacking, you know, the boss with the Whetstone, and actually charging the charge at the same time. Whetstone and charge with the new patch, and you know the changes on the current patch is so amazing to watch. It is by far one of the better categories, in my opinion, to experience as like a viewer. Really fast knockout as well. He has a 47, I believe like 4 seconds faster than the almost time. Now, I need to mention that they are going from Dr. Chaos Robot to Werner Verman instead of Sally stage play. It's actually been tested that it's faster to go to Werner Verman and, you know, not Sally stage play. Because you know you have that path open by clearing the running under Ragged Ridge, so you know saving a few seconds I guess from that. As Luigi is going to be using the airframe hits, using the Whetstone as best as possible on Dr. Carl Robot, and I think he got a better fight from Jason. Yep, 50-second fight, extremely good from Luigi, saving 5 seconds. And this is the second fight and only fight that spread shot on Captain Brinebeard is absolutely like the worst gun to use. So he's using the Lober just for the EXs. As we said, it's a powerful EX, it has really long range. And you can actually one cycle the last phase right here before the beam, as you see Jason does here. 42-second fight, something that is amazing. I don't think you can get like a better fight at this point, like super well executed from him. And you can see Luigi is doing extremely well at Werner Verman, you know, and trying to dodge to Werner Verman. And as someone who doesn't really have that much experience with Whetstone and charge shot, Luigi is doing a really good job, I'd say. But you know, it might not look as crisp as Jason, but it's extremely good, nevertheless. So Jason right now moving on to Parallel Spears, and it's gonna be the infamous octopus skip if it's gonna happen. I don't see the HP. Does he have 3 HP or does he have 4 HP? I don't see him. He has 3 HP, right?
Right now I think he has 3, yeah. Or I can't really tell. Honestly, that could be 2.
Yeah, let me check. Okay, he has 2 HP. Okay, so Jason didn't opt to go for the octopus skip, sorry. He's not gonna go for the octopus skip. I guess it's a race, so he didn't want to risk it. It's extremely tight in the old flags because of the heart. Just one heart, extra heart, I guess. If you have 4 HP, you can do the glitch, the skip, but it's extremely tight. The iframes are not gonna be enough, I guess, to carry you in the end if you don't get RNG. So he hopes to, play safe, I guess, for the race. He still gets a really good time though. 105 is super good. And for those who don't know what the octopus skip is, you basically just go past the octopus. You don't trigger it and you just like dash to the end. It is possible to do it with 4 HP, but in current patch the iframes don't last much, I believe, so it's gonna be difficult to do it. But if you use Super R2, it's like much easier. So you don't have it, unfortunately, in this. You can see Whetstone being utilized fully here on the airplane levels. If you stay close to the calamari, I guess, you just like smack the Whetstone. It's actually a bit difficult because calamari sometimes moves, so you might get hit, but Jason knows how to be like careful, I guess. He's done this specific boss a lot of times. So it's getting like a really insane time. 48, which is sometimes something that a lot of people get in Legacy swap glitch on the airplane levels. So you can see Jason knows how to do Calamaria. I think it's really important to mention that Whetstone is a parry, I guess, and Luigi's just gonna go for the octopus skip, by the way. This is gonna be the octopus skip attempt for Luigi as he gets hit, and I think this might not be it. Let's see if he's making it. He's gonna make it really close. One dash and he makes it. Nice try there for Luigi. He did it. Oh my god, that looked impossible because after that hit, but he actually managed to pull it. GG's to Luigi actually on that. Yeah, that is the octopus skip. You can see it saved 17 seconds compared to not, using the octopus. I think it's kind of important to mention something that was found recently because the developers actually said that to the Mexican runner at the GDQ. If you actually shoot downwards while you are on the octopus, you can actually make the octopus go faster. So Jason finished that stage on 105, whereas if you do it with the octopus, one of the best times that you could get was 112. So that saved a good amount of time as well. And that was probably why someone mentioned still got a gold split, even though he didn't get the octopus skip. Because I don't believe he had an octopus skip in his splits. So Luigi right now is doing Calamari, and pace, I'd say. He's using Whetstone extremely well. At the same time, Jason finished the Sally stage play. A really easy fight, I'd say, with Whetstone. Not really that particular weird. As Jason right now on Final Press, he's going to be having a little bit of difficulties using Whetstone, I'd say, in that first phase. He did a really good job. Getting hit only once is actually pretty good. If you want to talk about some interesting strats, Jason actually managed to one-cycle the skeleton on the current patch by using Super R2 and Whetstone on the skeleton all the time by using spread as well. But of course, he's not going to be doing that, as you see right now. He has to like one cycle against the twin phase, you can say, and kill them at the same time as well. Another strat that Jason knows, he knows exactly that it takes a certain amount of charge shots to actually kill that twin phase with an EX as well in the end, and the one cycle engine. Like everything in this fight is calculated by Jason. As I've seen him grind that specific fight for 4 hours. He was fighting that specific fight to get the world record. Ooh, Luigi at 1 HP almost like died there. That was like really close for Luigi. He gets the knockout on Sally. He's gonna go to the train right now. And, you know, Jason's almost at the finale. All he has to do is fight King Dice and the Devil. And I'd say King Dice is not that difficult. It can be a bit tricky, and he didn't get the best RNG, but you can clearly see that, you know, he will go for all the strats. Like, Jason is feeling his abilities, so he won't really hold back, despite the fact that he didn't really get the good RNG. Really quick kill by Jason there on the poker chip. In the meantime, Luigi is playing the first phase of the Phantom Express safe, simply because he doesn't know the strats with Whetstone. And at the same time, I don't really blame him. What you saw Jason do on his screen on the first phase of Phantom Express is like a suicide, I'd say. It's so risky to do something like that. Now this might be the hardest boss fight, I guess, in King Dice, like Minion, from the ones that they're gonna be doing, of course. Simply because you have to like use Whetstone all the time on a domino and dodge the spikes below you. If you don't really calculate that, you can take a hit, but you know, Jason is experienced with it. He used those EXs to gain that extra air time, so you know, he did a really good job. Luigi gets a knockout on the train, as Jason right now is going to fight the Magic 8 Ball. By far the easiest mini boss on King Dice, and something that, you know, will not really give trouble to Jason, as he has both Whetstone and Spread. Spread destroys the Magic 8 Ball. Just the King Dice fight as Luigi enters Inkwell Hell. Let's see how this goes for Jason. From what I see from chat, he's actually on a really good pace. Might be world record pace for him. So let's see how this goes.
Even without Octopus Skip, he's still world record.
Yeah, like I think this category has not optimized that much to reach the level of the Octopus Skip, I think, at this point. He gets a knockout on King Dice as well. Fast fight, really fast fight. All he needs to do is have a really devil fight as well. 149, something that a lot of people don't even get in Legacy, I'd say. So getting that time is ridiculous on the current patch. Right, this time they're going to be fighting with the Devil. They agreed with the Devil in the previous race. You know, this is now one of those categories. The Devil can be a little bit tricky. If he doesn't get good RNG, he might get hit in the first phase. That's something that he doesn't want to do. So let's see how he handles this fight. As he does the clap really well so far. Right, Dragon Pattern. So far he's getting some really...
Yeah, the Whetstone makes it so you're able to like jump into the Devil's head and then get like a full spread EX on him, which is really nice.
Exactly. He moves on without any like hits in the last phase of the Devil. The last phases, I should say. He's looking really healthy, and I don't think he will have that big of an issue right now. Really quick second phase. so far. So let's see how he handles this. As he's not going to be using charge, it's better to use spread. He's going to be using charge. This is like slightly better for this phase. Quick, third phase, and all this left is the last phase. Just a couple of hits, he gets the knockout. He gets a win in race 2, and he actually gets a new world record, sub 38 minutes. Wow. Loadless time, I should say. Because you guys... Poggers indeed. 1 minute double fight. World record from Jason. Phenomenal performance from him. I think that there must be like one bad fight, one running gun, I think. The Treetop Trouble running gun. And the rest was actually pretty great. Even Epic Glitch, like so many good things from Jason. As Luigi right now is on King Dice, and I have to say that, you know, if you are going against Luigi, you're gonna have to bring a performance similar to what Jason, you know, brought today. So right now, these 2 races are gonna go to race 3, but it's not gonna happen today though, guys. It's gonna happen tomorrow. I believe the time is gonna be around the same time. We're gonna be updating the tournament schedule, so make sure you stay tuned. But if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be around PM Eastern time. GG's to Jason. I don't know if we'll bring him for interview. I think we can bring both of them in after Luigi is done, and discuss about, you know, what went through their heads in those 2 races and how they're gonna approach race 3 as well. There's the war record face, I guess we are looking at from Jason right now. Luigi right now on the devil, I believe he has 2 HP if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's 3 HP, no, 2 HP from Luigi. Moving on to the last phases as well. I think it's gonna be like close to PB pace for Luigi. You know, he had a good run as well. He did get the octopus skip. He did get, you know, a bunch of good stuff, I'd say. So, you know, really good stuff from Luigi, I'd say. So, yeah, we're gonna have Jason join us in a few as we see Luigi getting the knockout, and, you know, GG's to both runners. UPB, I think, from Luigi as well. Jason, can you hear us?
I think on his stream he's like out of his chair. So
yeah, I believe he'll join us soon. I think he cannot believe that he had such a good. I mean, you know, it's an insane run to have. Getting a, like, you know, it's insane. You know, that's one way to actually win against Luigi, getting a world record, right? Like, Luigi is a dominant player, and you have to bring your A game going up against him. To be fair, you know, Jason is extremely good at using running guns, and using whetstone, using charge, using spread. You know, he is absolutely fantastic, I'd say. So yeah, we're gonna wait for the runners to join for an interview on Ben. This race is going to go to race 3, and they're going to be racing tomorrow. I don't know if we can say what category they're going to be playing. We'll see soon.
Rip, no interview from Luigi.
Oh yeah, Luigi cannot join us. Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna wait for Jason to join us, I believe. Alright, so yeah, this match, I guess, is gonna go to 3rd race. Trying to remember exactly the format. I'm the tournament organizer, and yet I don't. I believe it's gonna be.
Oh, hey.
Now we can hear you, Jason. All right.
Okay, my bad. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what was going on with my connection.
Yeah, it's all right. GG, man. Like,
Thanks.
That's one way to win a race too, right? By setting a world record, I guess.
Yeah, thanks. That run was pretty ridiculous. My last series attempt, I mean, I played this category whenever it was one of the weekly categories for this race, but then my actual last attempt whenever I grinded for the world record a while ago was a little over 2 months ago, and this is a really good time compared to that. I'm really happy with how I played for this round.
Yeah, it feels good as well because you were extremely dominant on current patch completionist, I guess, categories, and recently you lost the world record to SPD Wolf, who put up a really fantastic run as well. But beating that time and getting that sub 38 must feel extremely good, right?
Yeah, definitely. That was why I chose this category in Luigi. I was torn between choosing this or Full Clear Legacy. And Full Clear Legacy, I definitely have had more experience with recently, just because I've been grinding that category and all flags for Legacy. But I wanted to give this one a try because I wanted to get that record back. And I figured either category I'd have an edge against Luigi since it's run and gun heavy and whetstone usage. And I figured, even though I hadn't practiced it in a while, I know Luigi hasn't either, so we'll probably be on an even playing field in terms of that.
I mean, talking about that experience with run guns and whetstone, I do have to say that on the, I believe, 40 minutes loadless time, which is, if I'm not mistaken, his PB. So, he used whetstone, he did some strats in running guns. He actually got octopus skip, which is something
nice.
Yeah, which is something crazy because I think it's harder on the current patch.
Well, it's harder to do octopus skip in full clear because on full clear you have to get the coins, so you need super art 2. So that super art 2 lasts less time on current patch, so that is more difficult there. It's about the same to doing all flags because you need 4 HP and just a damage boost, so it's about the same there. But I ended up missing octopus skip because I got hit early on. Although I did use a backup strat that I learned not too long ago where you could actually shoot the octopus to make him go faster, so I didn't lose as much time as I could have.
Yeah, I was actually talking about that. It was recently not exactly discovered, but the knowledge was handed to us, the developer, and it was actually handed to the Mexican runner at GDQ, if I'm not mistaken.
That's where I heard it from.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible that we actually stuff that we found out immediately. I do have to say that the whole run was extremely clean. All of your times were incredible. If there is one thing that I might actually, I was thinking, did Mr. Dean actually had reverse streams? Was treetop trouble, and that was the only running gun that I was confused because I've seen.
I was embarrassed by that.
I think that that coin that you actually skipped in the beginning and you ended up getting after actually messed up the whole cycles, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it did. And I was going for a very small time-saving strat. Usually you carry the enemy there to get that coin, but I found out whenever I was playing full clear that you can go a little bit past the coin and then dash to the left to get it instead. And I figured I'd save the time that it would take by not getting a parry on the results screen, but I ended up costing myself probably 10 or 15 seconds because I missed that and missed the cycle. I missed a couple platforms on the way up as well. That was definitely my worst level of the run, and that set me back. I was in the red on compared to my PB all the way up till the Beppy fight just because of that.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible to hear because this time all of your times were extremely great, and yet you were behind your people. And that glitch, by the way, was insane. By the way, on the Beppy, I think you got a good RNG, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really familiar with it, but yeah, you had a really long third cycle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did. That was the first time I ever managed to actually get that in a run. I messed up, or I was a little bit worried because the very first cycle of his attack was very quick, and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get enough shots on him, because I could have done a little more damage before he finished his second attack, so I had to do extra damage during the third phase than I normally would have had to, and luckily it was long enough that I just barely got it right when he hit the left side of the wall.
I see. Well, really great execution. You got a really good time as well. 7. The the rest of the fights, I guess, it was like beautiful. I said on that we're gonna see whetstone action, and both of you actually showed up. You fully utilized whetstone. Luigi got an insane fight on Dr. Carl. I believe he got like a 50-second Dr. Carl robot.
Wow, that was really good.
Yeah, like she just like timed the boss and used whetstone in the end. That was but you know, we talk about this race because, you know, world record, hype and everything. Race 1, low percent. You went up against, you know, a guy who is insane good at the low percent, but he actually did get a PB. What were your thoughts, I guess, on that first race, the low percent?
Low percent, I actually felt pretty good at the beginning of the race. I'd played hater percent a couple days ago, so I was kind of experienced, I guess, recently with using Pea Shooter, and I figured I'd be pretty good in this race at not dying, since I'm used to restarting if you get hit once in hater percent. So I figured I would do decently on it. I ended up PBing just by 5 seconds, unfortunately. I ended up falling apart mainly at Baroness. I had a very slow Baroness fight, and there were a couple other fights later on that I think Briny Beard, I had bad RNG, but I also messed up a bit. So even if I had I think Luigi's time ended up being better than my sum of best. So even if I did better than I've done on any split, I don't think I would be able to match him. He's just insane at that category.
Yeah, like both region move in low percent are just like ridiculous, I have to say. Funny thing you mentioned 5-second PB by you. Was a 5-second PB by Luigi as well in low percent. So
yeah, congrats to him.
You actually got you got PBs in both races. I guess, you know, yours is a world record in all flags, but both of you got PBs like in every single race. So wow, yep. You brought the A game for this race, both of you.
Yeah,
so.
Both of us. We showed up to play. We didn't want to disappoint our audience.
Exactly. And talking about the audience, I really hope that everyone. It's a best of 3. Both players won 1 match. This match will be like concluded tomorrow. So you guys are going to be racing 11:30 a.m. I guess. Same time.
Yes. Yep. Same time.
Same time. 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, as is mentioned. And the category, I think we're going to go through the rules. You guys can discuss about this later on. But we're going to be talking about the category tomorrow, I guess, before the race begins. I believe that's it. Like before I end the stream, I want to thank Orange Puddings for being here, doing commentary with me.
Yeah, no problem.
And of course, I want to thank the racers and Mr. Dino, of course. Any final thoughts, guys?
For me, no, nothing really. Just wanted to thank you guys for commentating. Thanks, Luigi. Good game. I can't wait for our next race. Hopefully tomorrow works for Luigi. I'm not positive. I just assumed that it would, but I'll have to talk to Luigi, figure out the category, figure out the time, and just make sure that we're good to go. Should be an exciting third match.
All right. See you guys. I hope you have a great day.
All right, thanks a lot.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.